Backdrop favourite. All in the stalls, second of the day. Bluestone well of the market. Amy's Blushing, a very easy third elect. Backdrop very solid. Drawn gate 4. Noble Benbarra linked in. They're set. And on their journey now, not a bad start. Amy's Blushing, one of the first to bounce out in the light blue colours and leads early from Backdrop. His Word the rail. Just behind them, Tearaway on the outside, and then Bluestone with the red blinkers settling down in 5th placing on the fence. And 2 lengths behind him is Wesley Boy and Noble Benbarra on the outside. Field comes to the home turn the first time round, and Little Amy's Blushing is the leader. Tearaway improving up to second on the outside now for Damien Oliver. A length and a half to His Word third on the inside, and then Backdrop, who gets a lovely trail. He's virtually one out and one back with Wesley Boy behind him. On the fence is Bluestone, and back last of all is Noble Benbarra. Amy's Blushing just canters down to the post on the first round and led by a neat length. Tearaway second on the outside. His Word travelling okay on the fence in third. One further back is Backdrop, fourth on the outside of Bluestone. One to Wesley Boy and one to Noble Benbarra last of all. Out of the straight now, 1,600 metres to go, and the in-form mare Little Amy's Blushing out to the 1,600, led by about a length and a half to Tearaway. Ahead away His Word on the inside, 1.5 to Backdrop, enjoying a beautiful run, the favourite outside Bluestone. One to Wesley Boy and Noble Benbarra jogging along at the back of the field on the rail. Halfway up the side of the course now, heading past the 1,300 metres, and Amy's Blushing in control, led by about a length here. Tearaway second, the outside of His Word. Backdrop is fourth on the outside of Bluestone. Wesley Boy is next to last, and Noble Benbarra whipped the small field of 7 in as they head into the back now below the 1,200 metres. And Amy's Blushing more than a length to Tearaway. His Word on the rail. Backdrop fourth, the outside. Bluestone back on the fence. One to Wesley Boy and one to Noble Benbarra when they go past 1,000 metres on the back of the course now. Amy's Blushing has been in control of the race from the word go and leads by about a length. Tearaway second. His Word is third. Backdrop is fourth on the outside. There's been no change for quite a long time. Bluestone over on the rails, and then Wesley Boy and Noble Benbarra have made the turn at the 800. There'll be some runs come now. Amy's Blushing just in front of Tearaway. Backdrop is the first to ease out and make ground on the outside now. He's moved up an ominous third. Wesley Boy comes out wider. His Word back on the inside. Bluestone off the fence, but second last and Noble Benbarra. It's Tearaway moving up and joining Amy's Blushing. Backdrop 3/4 away has asked for the big run. 400 out. Wesley Boy around them. His Word still held up. There's Noble Benbarra taking off around the outside. Action aplenty there right across the track. Amy's Blushing, Tearaway, Backdrop 3 out. Wesley Boy in the yellow, and on the outside of all of them, Noble Benbarra. They corner now, and Backdrop and Wesley Boy from Amy's Blushing. On the outside, Noble Benbarra. Backdrop and Wesley Boy from Noble Benbarra. Wesley Boy in the middle, Backdrop near the inside, and Noble Benbarra the outer. This is very close. Wesley Boy, Backdrop, Noble Benbarra, 3-way go from Amy's Blushing, Bluestone, His Word, and Tearaway dropped out to finish last of all.
Check them.
The pink colours, purple and black diamonds. Something's felt well in the market. This is a filly taking on the colts here. She will be the next to move into the line, just eased out a point or so on track. Interesting camera angle across the barrier stalls. Inside, Frisk Me in 3, they're ready. Mile the journey. About to go. Dacos got a bit edgy over near the outside. Settled. Line looks good now. Off they go. Frisk Me, if anything, missed at about a half length, but recovers now soon after the start. Castigia away quickly with Coeur and out quickly there is Silk Shamrock looking for the lead. Casais jumped out quickly too. He's up in the first half dozen or so. Rackets has got a good way back on the inside. Randwick High settling next to last. Dacos still posted at the first turn at the 1,200 metres and leading out by a length and a half. Silk Shamrock here moving up fast. Casais to second. Castigia with a lovely trail third on the inside. One Coeur. One Dacos still travelling out wide around the outside of Something's Felt and Frisk Me in the middle. 2 lengths in Star of Frontier. Around it Alitalia, followed a length and a half back by Randwick High, and then Rackets and Lord of Kinsale last off the back at the 800 now. And the leader Silk Shamrock going out quickly. He's got the field strung out over plenty of territory. They come down the side. Silk Shamrock 1 length in front of Casais. Castigia the inside in third placing. One further back in the field, Coeur taken to the outside. Something's Felt travelling into the race on the rail. Frisk Me is hard ridden next, making ground, followed by inside Dacos, and back behind those is Artatea and Star of Frontier, Lord of Kinsale. Silk Shamrock still the leader at the 400. 2 lengths Castiglia. There's Frisk Me with the white cap getting to third, and Something's Felt down to the inside. Wants to get the head up, and it's racing a little ungenerously around the turn, and Silk Shamrock for Noel Callow, led by a length and a half under the whip from Castiglia. Something's Felt, Frisk Me can't go on. Silk Shamrock 2 lengths in front of Castiglia, and Something's Felt. It's Silk Shamrock well clear, in fact drawing clear. It'll lead all the way, and Silk Shamrock has gone on to win brilliantly in the third from Castiglia second. Third Something's Felt, then Star of Frontier. A gap to Frisk Me found little in the run home. Behind them Artatea, trailed by Rackets, and then came Lord of Kinsale. Concise weakened, so did Curtifew. Dacos right out the back, and Randwick High last to greet the judge.
All righty, well, look, Silk Shamrock.
Nearly ready. Amber lights flashing. 1200. All clear on their journey now, and the one that was slow a little, Famous Folly, down towards the inside, and Fayrouz began fast. Rosny's going out quickly, so is Kalimna in the early stages of the race as they settle down with the first turn coming up. Kalimna working in the centre, one of the leaders. Rosny from an outside gate trying to get up there, sitting second at the moment. Fayrouz the fence, Maid of Kingston Ease back fourth, and then Lorenza. They're followed then by Morissette, caught out wide at the first turn, and High Royale red with the white cap middle of the field. They're followed by Winning Is Best on the outside of Famous Folly, and back behind them Mole's Gap and Tippy. Down the side Kalimna led, Rosny second, Fayrouz a length away in the box seat third. Maid of Kingston her outside, followed by Lorenza, and Morissette wide out is starting to put herself in the picture with her run, and then High Royale getting up into a pocket on the inside. At the turn Kalimna led, Rosny, Fayrouz the fence needing a little bit of luck to get out. They're followed by Morissette and Winning Is Best, and the orange out wider. Kalimna led, Fayrouz has got up behind it. Out wide, Winning Is Best is swamping them, and Famous Folly coming home late. Winning Is Best is racing to Fayrouz. Fayrouz Winning Is Best from Famous Folly. Fayrouz fights on well. Fayrouz wanted ahead to Winning Is Best. Third placing Famous Folly. Then came High Royale, and they gapped the rest. Rosny couldn't go on from Kalimna. Then came Maid of Kingston. Next to finish was Morissette. She was trailed by Mole's Gap, Tippy, and Lorenza dropped out to last.
All right, Fayrouz the winner there at 410 180. Winning Is Best at 350. Famous Folly at $2.80. That's for race number 4 at Moonee Valley. Now race 4 at Toowoomba, 310 for.
All in. Off. Pro Love jump well towards the inside. Dropping out at the start, Real Zeal. Prince Humble straight across the heels to the rail. Make Mine Cash, Simply Success are the first two out. Simply Success wanting the lead in the early part. Felix the Cat's going forward. Vein of Hope not far off the lead. Rainbow Brave wide out going towards the leaders as well at the first turn, and Simply Success led at the 1200 metre mark by a length and a quarter. Felix the Cat goes up at a second placing. Pro Love third inside. Make Mine Cash, who just wants to over race a touch. Over on the outside, Rainbow Brave in the pink colours lying fifth. Speed Generous, 1.5 Charles in Charge, and Neck Vein of Hope. 1 Prince Humble, Strictly Jazz, 1 to Real Zeal, and Carol Ann's of the Grey whip the field in. Simply Success at the turn at the 800 metres, led a length and a half. Felix the Cat into second placing. 1 Pro Love, 1 further back as Make Mine Cash in fourth, and then Rainbow Brave. Charles in Charge over on the rail, followed by Vein of Hope, Strictly Jazz. Prince Humble a long way back down on the inside from Carol Anza, and Real Zeal whip the field in down the side. Simply Success led at the school, a length and a half. Felix the Cat is feeling the pinch already. Over on the inside, Pro Lover's second, and now Make Mine Cash is stoking up with a game run around the outside. Clear then of Charles in Charge, trying to work into the clear from Rainbow Brave, and then Prince Humble. It's Simply Success being tackled by Make Mine Cash, going for 4 in a row, and then Pro Love, Charles in Charge, Rainbow Brave. Prince Humble checked off heels. Make Mine Cash dashed to the lead. Charles in Charge is after him, and Simply Success fighting back on the inside. Charles in Charge has raced up and gone to the lead from Make Mine Cash. Charles in Charge drawing clear the last bit, eased on the post, won it well. Charles in Charge beat Make Mine Cash. Carol Answer from last, charging home to grab third from Pro Love, Simply Success, and they're followed in by Rainbow Brave. Back behind them was Prince Humble, Real Zeal, Strictly Jazz towards the end, and Felix the Cat weakened very badly, beating only one of the line, Vein of Hope.
Thanks, Greg. Placings 6, 4, 8. Charles in Charge 28, 20 and 580. 4 Make Mine Cash 160. 8.
Set. Amber lights flashing. Start imminent. Race 6 at the Valley. Off they go. A lovely start. Blazing Aura away well, so was Deliciously. Out quickly Phase Delight too. She's up with the leading horses, and Heart of Egypt easing back after a good beginning. As they settle down now, and Blazing Aura led. Imperial Air's a half a length away second. They're followed then by Deliciously, caught 3 wide at the first turn. Heart of Egypt the setter. Powery Miss on the rail. 2 lengths Phase Delight, Our Croupier. 1 Amalfi Drive, Our Miss Earl. Sly Sandra second last, and Lady Cardigan. Down the side of the course, Blazing Aura at the 600, led by a half length Imperial Air. Deliciously posted 3 deep on the pace. 1 behind them, Heart of Egypt, followed by Powery Miss the rail. A length Our Croupier. They're followed by Phase Delight, Sly Sandra. Amalfi Drive is 3 deep and third last, followed by Lady Cardigan and Our Miss Earl. Coming towards the turn, Blazing Aura led by half a length Imperial Air. A length and a half Deliciously, who's hard at it. Here's Amalfi Drive in the pink cap, starting to really rush around the outside. Powery Miss leading a runner, and Our Croupier is coming too into the straight now. Blazing Aura kicked out on Imperial Air. Amalfi Drive and Our Croupier down the outside, but Blazing Aura is well clear. 3 lengths in front, Blazing Aura, and Blazing Aura all the way. Lady Cardigan flashed home, grabbed second out wide from Amalfi Drive, then Our Croupier, Powery Miss. Next to finish, Sly Sandra made a little bit of ground the outside from Heart of Egypt. Next to finish then was Phase Delight. A good way back in the field there too was Deliciously. She never really came into play, being followed them on their journey now. Amber lights flashing. Start imminent. Race 7 of the evening at Moonee Valley. All in. Brett Preble looking for a treble on Mr. Obliging. Away they go. Oh, he missed a start slightly. He's one of the last to hit the ground. First out in the race is Pyramid Boy. Stars and Stripes away very fast. Going forward is Street Fight between runners to go to the lead now. Settling fourth, Kiora Star, and they're followed by Authoritarian in the orange cap, easing back. Gold Venture going around him now. Then Mr. Obliging getting through on the inside. Kiora Star is over on his outside, followed by Mighty Impulse going 3 or 4 wide round that turn. Then came La Capitan, a good way back as Kendeering and Wayward Star. Street Fight led Stars and Stripes. In behind them then, over on the outside, Pyramid Boy in the gold cap. Kiora Star back on the fence in 4th placing. Then came Gold Venture. Mighty Impulse very wide. Mr. Obliging edging off the rail, needing some luck to come into the race. And then Kendeering and Authoritarian nearing the turn. Pyramid Boy out wide has swept up. Stars and Stripes immediately under pressure. Street Fight kicking back on the inside from Gold Venture. As they corner now, Mr. Obliging's got up behind the leader. Pyramid Boy led. Mr. Obliging 2 away is starting to come home well. Pyramid Boy a length and a half. Mr. Obliging digging deep. He's coming home the better, Mr. Obliging. He's grabbed the lead, and Mr. Obliging, good win to beat Pyramid Boy. Authoritarian came home strongly, 2.5 away to grab third, I'd say. In front of Gold Venture, Mighty Impulse, Street Fight, and back behind those Kendeering out wide. Stars and Stripes weakened badly in the run home. So did Kiora Star. La Capitan as well back, and Wayward Star last. Now they're all in the gates. Mick the Russian had joined them on the outside. Gates back off in the last, and Rambar one of the first to bounce out in the middle of the line. Tom Stewart away nicely towards the inside, showing pace to Triumph down on the rail. Here's Mick the Russian scorching across the field from the outside gate at the post. He's going to cross and lead Triumph. Jade Start third, turning out of the straight. Carptonite the grey going forward and wide. Then came Tom Stewart when they hit out of the straight to the 1600. Jolly Tip running about 6th on the outside. A length to Celtic King and 2 lengths to Rambar on the outside of Golden Light. Heading past the 1500 metres, and Mick the Russian led by a length to Carptonite. The big grey fired up a little in second placing. Triumph tucked away third behind the leader, followed by Jade Start out wide, and Tom's Tyrrell back on the inside lying 5th. A length behind it, Jolly Tip, followed by Celtic King. Towards the end is Rambar on the outside of Golden Light. Into the back now, and Mick the Russian at the 1200 metres leads by about a half length. Carptonite on the outside, getting closer to the leader, which has slowed the tempo up the side. 2 lengths Jade Start running third on the outside of Triumph. 1 further back is Jolly Tip outside Tom's Tyrrell. A length and a half to Celtic King third to last. Behind him is Rambar, and Golden Light whipped the field in when they came off the back with 800 metres left to go. And the leader Mick the Russian, 3/4 Carptonite. 2 lengths to Jade Start moving up third. Tom's Tyrrell's come away from the rails in the centre. On the fence then is Triumph, followed by Jolly Tip, who's about to scorch round the outside. Further back is Celtic King, and then came Golden Light back on the inside of Rambar. At the 600 metres now, the pressure really goes on. Carptonite in the centre went to the lead. Jolly Tip is coming with his run on the outside. Mick the Russian still there, the fence. 1.5 Jade Start. Tom's Tyrrell between horses, and Triumph on the rail when they corner. And it's Carptonite a neck in front of Mick the Russian. Jolly Tip hard at work the outside, followed by by Triumph, trying to get into the clear. Jade Starter struggling. Captainite with Mick the Russian kicking back corner in front of Jolly Tip, Tom's Tyrrell and Triumph. Captainite's ahead in front. Mick the Russian is fighting back strongly on the inside. Captainite from Mick the Russian. Jolly Tip. Captainite, Mick the Russian kicking. It's Captainite with a head advantage. Captainite beat Mick the Russian a long head. Jolly Tip grabbed third from Triumph, and then Tom's Tyrrell, Golden Light, Celtic King. Jade Start dropped out second to last, and last to go over the line is Rambar.
Those two led from barrier to box there, Captainite and Mick the Russian. Jolly Tip into third spot. He's a pretty good type, Captainite, too. He's a very, very bold type of galloper.
Noble Benbar, Patiro way to come up. A field of 7 at the 2,500 metre start. Now Patiro way he goes in. Just waiting on Wesley Boy to go forward now with Noble Benbar. They'll be the last two to link up and they'll be set to go. His word ready on the inside. Amy's Blushing and Bluestone. Backdrop. Patiro way. Wesley Boy. And they're just about ready. One to come up. And that's Noble Benbar. Noble Benbar to come to the line and they'll be set to run. Backdrop favourite here for race number 2 tonight. Now, they're just about set. Noble Benbar, rider in the pink cap here. Vlad Jurek, set to run. Line good. Racing. And they left pretty well too. Amy's Blushing, the mare near the inside, bounced away quickly. Had a head in front on the early point now from his word and backdrop when they settle. Further back in the race then Patiro way, followed by Bluestone. 2 further back Wesley Boy and Noble Benbar last of all. Amy's Blushing in front. Up to the turn they raced just on 2,000 metres to go. It led by about a half length. Moving up on the outside Patiro way. 2 further back his word. Then came backdrop fourth, one off the fence. A length and a half Bluestone from Wesley Boy. And 2 or 3 last of all Noble Benbar. Amy's Blushing out in front, coming down the straight now with about 1,800 to go. Led nearly a length on the outside. Patiro way for Oliver second. Won his word third, a length into backdrop. Running fourth, one off the fence. The rider in the white cap, then Bluestone back inside it. A length and a half for the back in the race, then Wesley Boy and Noble Benbar last of all. 1,700 to go. Running out of the straight now, and the leader is Amy's Blushing. No change in the order. Led just over a length now to on the outside Patiro way. Third over on the inside, his word, then backdrop fourth. Bluestone is fifth, the inside, a length and a half, Wesley Boy. Noble Benbar last of all. Going down to the 1,500, going down the dip down the side of the track, and the leader is still on the inside, Amy's Blushing, and the rider dictating the terms. She's nearly a length in front of Patiro way, a half further back, his word is third, and then backdrop is settled to go okay tonight. It's running fourth, one off the fence, a length into on the inside is Bluestone. They're followed by Wesley Boy and Noble Benbar. Into the back straight they race at the 1,250 metre corner, and the leader is Amy's Blushing just over a length. Patiro way is covering up on the inside his word, a length and a half backdrop. Still had a good run fourth. A length further back is Bluestone fifth, 3/4 further back Wesley Boy, and a length last of all Noble Benbar. 1,000 to go down the back, still no change, and it's Amy's Blushing nearly a length in front of Patiro Boy and over on the inside his word. Then came backdrop, 1 length away running fourth, followed by Bluestone fifth, sixth the outside Wesley Boy, and one last of all Noble Benbar. Around the turn of the 800 metre mark, Amy's Blushing here in front. 4 young Brian Park comes down the side, 3/4 in front of Patiro way. McAvoy the first one to come out now on backdrop, moves up 3 deep and Wesley Boy 4 out. A length further back then came on the inside his word, Bluestone outside it, and a length last of all is Noble Benbar. The sprinters on now, Amy's Blushing joined by Patiro way. A length further back, backdrop, he's niggling at it at the moment. Then Wesley Boy and old Noble Benbar winding up from his word, trying to get out, and then Bluestone. They're bunching up, coming to the turn now. Amy's Blushing from Patiro, backdrop Wesley Boy and Noble Benbar wider out. Bluestone with nowhere to go with his word. Amy's Blushing in front in the straight from backdrop. Wesley Boy, Noble Benbar down the outside. Great go, Wesley Boy and backdrop fighting back from Noble Benbar. Wesley Boy backdrop, they hit the line. Great finish. Wesley Boy may have won this a nose. Maybe in the middle, Wesley Boy a nose to either backdrop or Noble Benbar the outside. A 3-way drive. Behind them, Amy's Blushing from his word. Then Bluestone from Patiro, who's back near the tail. Great finish. Judge has gone for the photo. Good go here. Set to go. And the line is good now. Dacos the outside. Frisk Me, gate 3. Pink and black diamonds, white cap. Set. Signal. Racing. And they broke out in a good line. Castiglia on the inside. Coup de Feu jumped out quickly. Frisk Me travelling forward. Further out is Silk Shamrock from the outside here. Kosice, and just behind those settling down now. Over on the inside is Rackets, and around the outside Dacos is very deep. On the outside now of Alitalia when they go to the first turn. The leader is Silk Shamrock now by a length and a half. Moving up Kosice second. Castiglia is back third, a length and a half. Coup de Feu. They're followed by Dacos running fifth around Frisk Me, and over on the inside Something's Felt. 2 lengths further back Star of Frontier. They're followed outside it by Alitalia, a length and a half. Randwick High, Wonder Rackets, and last of all Lord of Kinsale. Down the back of the 950 metre mark. Pace is pretty generous here, and the leader over on the inside turning off the back Silk Shamrock by a length and a half. Kosice on the outside there of Castiglia running third. One for the back is Coup de Feu. They're followed just behind it by Something's Felt running fifth, and then Dacos deep around the outside of Frisk Me, who needs some luck from there. Further back in the race then Alitalia. Further back is Star of Frontier snooking on the fence, but being ridden along from Randwick High. Then Lord of Kinsale, and 2 lengths last of all Rackets. Silk Shamrock 1.5. Castiglia now as they come off the back. Frisk Me is starting to move to third, running on fairly well. They're followed further back by Something's Felt, and they've dropped the others, Coup de Feu and Star of Frontier, but the leader Silk Shamrock, a length and a half Castiglia when they come to the turn. 2 then to Something's Felt, and under enormous pressure Frisk Me. Silk Shamrock turned for home, a good 2 in front of Castiglia, a gap to Something's Felt. Silk Shamrock still doing it well, halfway up the running for Callow. In fact, it's lengthened, it's shot 2 or 3 in front of Castiglia, and Something's Felt and Silk Shamrock all the way by 2.5 to Castiglia. A neck third Something's Felt, a long gap Star of Frontier, Frisk Me, Alitalia, a gap in the race Rackets. Lord of Kinsale followed further back by further back then Kosice. Just coming in Coup de Feu, followed in behind them by Never a Chance Dacos, and last of all Randwick High. All the way here, number 9. Morisset coming up. Last couple getting ready now. Morisset going in. Followed up by Tippy, and they're set to run. Field of 11. Set. About to go race 4. Lights are on and they're off and running. Famous Folly missed at 3/4 on the inside. Fayrouz bounced quickly, travelling forward now. Rosny with Kalimna, and pushing up in the middle now is Maid of Kingston when they settle down. It's Fayrouz, Maid of Kingston, and on the outside Kalimna. Rosny is 4 out, 2.5 for the back High Royale. They're followed by Morisset going around the outside of Lorenza. A length and a half Famous Folly further back winning his best. And last of all along the back of the track would have been Tippy. Down the side Kalimna a half in front. Rosny second, a length and a half. Fayrouz now takes the trail on the inside of Maid of Kingston. Lorenza 3 out of Morisset 4 deep, a length and a half further back is High Royale, 1 then to winning his best, followed by Famous Folly, and 3 then to Tippy, and back on the inside of it Moles Gap. 500 out, Kalimna a neck in front from Rosny, a half further back on the outside Morisset. Fayrouz waits for the run back on the inside, then winning his best from High Royale and Famous Folly. On the turn Kalimna straight and 3/4 in front of Rosny. Fayrouz going all right but can't get a run. He's about to push out. It gets out now. Fayrouz, Kalimna in front. Here's winning his best, and Fayrouz going after it, and wider out Famous Folly. Fayrouz hit the front from winning his best. Fayrouz is lifting on the inside, and Fayrouz a half neck winning his best. A length Famous Folly, a big run third. Then High Royale, a gap Kalimna. Further back in the race then came Rosny, followed by Maid of Kingston, a gap Morisset. Further back in the race Moles Gap, Tippy, and last of all is Lorenza. Double for Oliver. Fayrouz set to go. They stand. Racing. Came away in a pretty good line, Pro Love, and on the inside with it, Make Mine Cash bounce quickly. Showing speed is Simply Success, and further out here, Felix the Cat. Vein of Hope is just behind those, and travelling up on the outside now, Rainbow Brave. Going down to the first turn and around the outside, and Simply Success takes up the running. Leads out by a length and a half, moving up on the inside, Pro Love, and further out, Felix the Cat went up second. Pro Love third inside, Make Mine Cash. A half further back running fifth is Rainbow Brave, a length Charles in charge, and then Vein of Hope. 2 further back, Prince Humble's over on the inside. Further back in the race, then Strictly Jazz, followed by Real Zeal. Carol Ann's the last of all. Down the back at the 950 metre mark, Simply Success, a length and a half in front of Felix the Cat. A half further back is Pro Love third. Fourth is Make Mine Cash. A length further back, then Rainbow Brave running fifth. A length then Charles in charge, Wonder Vein of Hope. Then Strictly Jazz back on the inside, Prince Humble. And 2 further back, the grey Carol Ann's are on the outside of Real Zeal. Down the side of the 650 metre mark they race, and the leader is Simply Success from Felix the Cat under some pressure. Pro Love's got a good run up on the inside from Make Mine Cash running fourth. Strictly Jazz pulled deep around Rainbow Brave. Further back, Charles in charge, and a gap Carol Ann Carolanza, and further back Prince Humble. Make Mine Cash coming with a run now, is sweeping out after Simply Success and Pro Love off the fence when they come to the final turn, and further back Charles in Charge into the clear. Then Prince Humble getting up on the inside, but balked for a run. Make Mine Cash has raced to the front, turning for home. From on the inside, Simply Success, Pro Love and Charles in Charge is after this leader. Charles in Charge has raced quickly to Make Mine Cash. It's Charles in Charge of Make Mine Cash. Carolanza late, but Charles in Charge, a half length Make Mine Cash. Carolanza came from last to run third. Then Pro Love, Simply Success, Prince Humble held up on the turn, followed by Rainbow Brave. A gap, Real Zeal further back in the race. The outside would have been well back, Strictly Jazz, just coming in the last two, pulling up of Felix the Cat, and last of all is Vein of Hope. Now Deliciously going up. Deliciously goes into line. They're ready to go. This is the Toy Factory Handicap Race 6. Tonight under the lights at Moonee Valley. And they stand up. Stalls are back and they're off and running, and Blazing Aura bounced quickly down on the inside. Away fast with it Imperial Air and Phase Delight. Further out Deliciously working forward. Heart of Egypt just behind those. Further back was Powery Miss when they settled down, and Blazing Aura went through, led nearly a length Imperial Air. Two further back in the race then, Deliciously, who's tracking deep around the outside of Heart of Egypt. On the inside, Powery Miss. Two then to Our Croupier, and further back in the race then, Phase Delight a length further back than Amalfi Drive. They're followed by Sly Sandra, well back second last. In the race would have been Our Miss Earl, and last of all is Lady Cardigan. Travelling down the side now, Blazing Aura, and here the rider Preble has stacked them up in front by 3/4 to Imperial Air, and Deliciously's tracking deep. Powery Miss on the inside from Heart of Egypt back in the middle. It's running fifth, followed by Our Croupier. Up before the turn, taking off is Amalfi Drive. Then Sly Sandra, well back Lady Cardigan, Phase Delight, and last of all is Our Miss Earl. On the turn, Blazing Aura on the inside, a neck in front of Imperial Air from Powery Miss. Out wider Amalfi Drive. Blazing Aura kicked on the turn though. Got a length and a half in front of Powery Miss. Down the middle is Our Croupier, Amalfi Drive and Lady Cardigan. Blazing Aura's home. Blazing Aura draws away from Lady Cardigan. Wins a length and a half away third. Amalfi Drive from Powery Miss, Our Croupier. Heart of Egypt, Sly Sandra. Phase Delight, Imperial Air dropping out. Well back in the race, pulling up pretty quickly is Deliciously, and back there with it is Our Miss Earl. Blazing Aura all the way here in race 6. Gives Preble a double. Set to run. Set to go, Mr. Obliging drawn in. Stars and Stripes back to beat it. Lights are blinking and they're off and running. A little bit slow away, Mr. Obliging off gate number 2, and Pyramid Boy bounced quickly with Stars and Stripes. Away fast is Street Fight, travelling up towards the front. Over on the inside, Kiora Star, and further back when they settle down, Authoritarian. They're out a length in front now from Gold Venture. Mr. Obliging just off midfield from Le Capitan. Mighty Impulse is tracking very deep. Then Ken Daring, and last of all off the back, Wayward Star. Street Fight had the front by 3/4 Stars and Stripes. Two further back in the race then came Kiora Star. Outside at Pyramid Boy, one Gold Venture. Mighty Impulse deep. Mr. Obliging needs some luck, pushing up on the inside Preble. A length further back in the race then came Ken Daring. Around Authoritarian as they bunch up from Le Capitan and Wayward Star. Last of all, Street Fight in front from Stars and Stripes, Pyramid Boy, Gold Venture and Mighty Impulse off the track. Mr. Obliging travels into the race. He needs a run, Preble on the turn, and further back then Kiora Star. When they turn for home around the bend, Pyramid Boy took the lead. Mr. Obliging gets out after it, a length and a half of it. Pyramid Boy a length in front, Mr. Obliging down the middle, then Street Fight followed by Gold Venture. Pyramid Boy in front, Preble lifting the favourite, Mr. Obliging. He gets the 3. Mr. Obliging a half length on the line, Pyramid Boy. 2 away third, Authoritarian, Gold Venture. Further back, Mighty Impulse, Street Fight. Then Ken Daring. Back on the inside, Stars and Stripes knocked up. Behind those would have been Kiora Star after the line from Le Capitan and Wayward Star. Preble's got his treble. Number 11, Mick the Russian goes to the outside. And they're set to go. Mick the Russian into 9. Tom's Tyrrell. The inside set to go. Ready for the last, and they're off and running. And they've come away in a pretty good line too. Rambar out in the middle, bounce quickly. Here's Mick the Russian showing good speed from the outside, going over with Jolly Tip. Jade Start and Triumph are pushing forward down to the winning post. And from the outside, Mick the Russian takes it up now. from Triumph going out of the straight, and Captain Knight's gone up third. They're followed by Jade Start going back to fourth, and they're followed by Tom's Tyrrell. Inside now, outside at Jolly Tip, a length and a half further back. As they turn to the side is Celtic King, and the last couple are Rambar and Golden Light going down the side of the 1500 metre mark. And the leader on the inside, Mick the Russian, a length and a half in Captainite. They're followed by Triumph into the box seat third. Jade Start's gone up fourth from Tom's Tyrrell fifth. Further back was Jolly Tip. They're followed back in the middle as they turn into the back straight by Celtic King. Then came Rambar, and last of all Golden Light. 1,200 metres out in the last, and the leader on the inside, Mick the Russian. Ryder slowed them up about a neck in front of Captainite. 2.5 further back is Triumph getting a good run outside of Jade Start. A length further back then Tom's Tyrrell. They're followed by Jolly Tip, 6th the outside. 2 lengths further back came Celtic King, followed by Rambar and Golden Light last of all. Leaving the back straight now, they race to the 850, and it's Mick the Russian, nearly a length in front of Captainite. 2 further back, Jade Start. They're followed back behind those by Triumph. Off the fence, Tom's Tyrrell. Jolly Tip to the outside, 6th. A length and a half further back, Celtic King. 2 to Rambar, and Golden Light get up on the inside. Pressure being applied, coming down the side, 700 out. Mick the Russian in front. Here's Jolly Tip putting in a run. Jolly Tip going around the outside, and Captainite is going to the leader now. Jade Start a length and a half off, followed by Tom's Tyrrell, and Triumph is 6 back on the inside. Captainite, and on the inside Mick the Russian, a length and a half. Jolly Tip, who's under pressure there, followed by Tom's Tyrrell. Triumph is trying to get away out from Jade Start, and further back Celtic King and Golden Knight. Captainite with its head in front from Mick the Russian when they turn, then Jolly Tip from Triumph. Captainite the grey in front, fighting back Mick the Russian. Then came Jolly Tip. Captainite just in front. Mick the Russian with not much room. Captainite in front near the line. Captainite wins a half length. Mick the Russian, a length third. Jolly Tip. Triumph fourth from Tom's Tyrrell. Celtic King from Golden Light. A gap Jade Start, and Rambar last of all. Captainite gets home in the last. Jason Patton. Captainite number 10. Number 10. Captainite has beaten number 2, Mick the Russian. And third goes to Jolly Tip.
Auntie Hilda followed a fairway back common style. Mrs. Bentley going to the outside, but she's got only 2 or 3 behind her coming down the side. Miss Angelique and 3 lengths to Beaufort. Miss Nap Hill led by more than 2. Blondini, Beja Floor in third placing from our Erin. Auntie Hilda winding up out wide from Ruby Joy, and Mrs. Bentley is still coming home solidly, but Nap Hill has established a lead of more than 3 lengths around the home turn. Beja Floor getting to second, and Mrs. Bentley wide out is still coming home. Nap Hill the leader, 3 lengths Beja Floor, Mrs. Bentley on the outside. Nap Hill in front though. Flaherty's going for a double, leads by 2 lengths under the whip from Mrs. Bentley, and Nap Hill holding on, and Nap Hill wins it from Mrs. Bentley second. Miss Angelique got through to grab third in front of Beja Floor. Gap Ruby Joy, and then another break in the field of about 4 lengths behind those two. Auntie Hilda, our Erin, Common Style, and then Beaufort Miss. Dunroman and Blondini again weakening badly. She's finished absolute last. Number 1, Nap Hill is the winner, ridden by Mark Flaherty, who tops and tails the program. He scored on Drinking in the first and racks up a double on Nap Hill, who, in contrast to Drinking, who came from last, Nap Hill has led virtually all the way. Second, number 2, Mrs. Bentley, Brett Preble. Third, number 6, Miss Angelique, Shane Tronrod. Those numbers official 1, 2 and 6. 3/4 by a half. Mark Flaherty making use of the mare early to pinch a break on the field. His biggest danger, Mrs. Bentley, was a long way back and had to come very wide around them. At that point, Nap Hill was away and running. She had failed at her previous 2 Moonee Valley starts, but they were in much better company than this. A drop in grade tonight, and she's made light work of her 57.5 kilos. Tough, strong, solid front-running winning performance. 5 to 1 out to about 7 to 1. On course for those who stayed with her, 7.50 and 2.40. A good return. Mrs. Bentley second, $1.60. Miss Angelique third, 3.10. Quinella 11.20. Exacta 26.40, and the running double 3 and 1, $30.80 with a trifecta to come. So Mark Flaherty, he doesn't ride many doubles in town, and he's done a great job tonight, winning the first and last. Graham.
Righto, Greg, thank you. Moving up at Toowoomba, Grand Thrill, $4.70. three-pointer. 8.05, final sun at 5.10. 2.40 for Dad's Cash. Scullery made $8.10. Bathurst is due in about 5 minutes. Captain Grant 4.20. Murph 74. 7.20 Dashing Explorer Belvedere 3.10. Sure to Impress 9.80. Sunitas 9.70. Jacker Paul 7.50. 12 for Wairita Bid. They're ready at Toowoomba for race 10.
Money's on the way. Stand by for a start. Already set and racing. Grand Thrill began brilliantly. Final Sun missed the start. Grand Thrill in front, but is being tackled by three-pointer. Around them, Dad's Cash got the third. Then a good gap back in the field to Talora. Scullery Maid got a good way back. Final Sun's making a bit of ground, and then Casual Mark round the turn, though. The late male three-pointer race 4 lengths clear. In second spot, Grand Thrill and flying Final Sun late, but too late. Three-pointer just won from Final Sun, who made up a heap of ground. Third Grand Thrill, fourth Scullery Maid. Back in behind those then was Dad's Cash. A good way back, Casual Mark and Tellura. Good wind, a three-pointer. Got out quickly, was there. Gee, it came back in again late to $4 for the win and $3.55 the place. It almost paid as well for the place. It was good money for it from the win because it came in from $8 to $4. Began brilliantly, straight to the front and has won well. Gee, Final Sun's been some sort of a run again. It's missed the start conspicuously in a 390 metre race. Has absolutely flashed home. Another couple of bounds would have actually got there to win. Now, here go the judges' numbers. 3, 5, 1. 3, 5 and 1 are the numbers. A half by 2 3/4. A half 2 3/4 in a time of 22.66. 22 66. Now, the big Shane Taylor Memorial Final carries $7,000 to the winners on here next week. We've got the box draw for that. Number 1 will be Fly Direct, 2 As Directed, 3 Solid Susie, 4 LV Cassidy, 5 Count the Stars, 6 Light and Bitter, 7 Jingles Express, 8 Travelling Devil, and the reserves will be Bribery and Grease Spot. That's on here next Wednesday. The winning times tonight, 26.11 up to 26.41. So there's not too much between the 4 winners. And next week, there's no doubt that those greyhounds will be capable of getting well under 26, given a good track. So that's the big Shane Taylor Memorial Final. $7,000 to the winner on here next Wednesday. We stand by for the all clear to come through now on the final event on the card.
Good evening to you, Pat O'Shea, and what a credit to everyone at Toowoomba. What a track that is. Copping all that rain and not a problem. Just the only problem is not being able to see there early, but the rain was coming straight in on the camera position. It seemingly is a fixed glass window, but it would have been impossible to open the window anyway because the camera would have become worse than what the window was. Bathurst Race 9, Captain Grant at $4.10. 3 Mirth at 28, 4 Dashing Explorer 9.70, 5 Belvedere $2.60, Sure to Impress 11, Sunitas at $8, Jacker Paul 8.60, Wairita Bid 18, now 22 for Wairita Bid, Glenorrhea 35. Wentworth Park in 6 minutes, Heart Song 5.20, Swamp Winnie 12, Hyperion 13, Swifty Gold 13, Cass Elliott $15, another Gypsy 6.20, Blaze Away Blue 23, Avenging Bell $2. Selections Wentworth Park 146 from Rod Fuller. We'll come back with Bathurst.
Take a short leisurely drive from Sydney, Parramatta, Campbelltown or Katoomba and discover a new racing experience in a relaxed country atmosphere at Hawkesbury. Situated in the beautiful Hawkesbury Valley, directly opposite the Richmond Air Force Base, this is a course that lets you experience everything that racing has to offer and more. Superb facilities, full interstate betting ring and of course good old-fashioned country hospitality. For racing at the peak of excitement, come by car, come by train, but whatever you do, come to Hawkesbury, the racing experience.
Now, Steve Turnbull's making a gear adjustment on one of them here at Bathurst. Let's join Mark.
Of 9 races out of Bathurst here this evening. It's Jack Paul that Steve Turnbull is just making a gear adjustment to. Scratching in the last is number 1, Rainbow Glen. The favourite is Belvedere at $2.70. $4 for Captain Grant. We'll run down the board. Murph at 53. Dashing Explorer 11. Belvedere $2.70. Sure to Impress 11. $5.40 for Sunataz. It's in from 12. $8.70 for Jack Paul. We'll read a bid at 25 and Glenorrhea at 55. For the final event here at Bathurst. Next Wednesday night's the final of the Bathurst RSL Soldiers Saddle. The first 2 out of each heat, the 5 heats this evening, go through into the final. $6,000 final here next Wednesday night. Previous was race 8, taken out by number 7, Sound Magic, an impressive win by the favourite. And Sound Magic clocked a time of 2.3, the mile rate in winning. They didn't really give him any peace in the middle stages either, so it was a pretty tough win by the Neil Day-trained son of Big Band Sound. Now, still just waiting for Steve Turnbull to jump back into the cart for the last. Favourite Belvedere is trained by Greg Turnbull. And he's won its last 2 here at Bathurst. Prior to that, a win at Parks. Last start at Bathurst, it beat Too Much Trouble and Potential Pal. Went to 3.9 coming out of the 4-gate, drawn the 4 against tonight with a scratching of number 1, Rainbow Glen. Captain Grant's into 4.20 now. Belvedere 2.90 still holds the course. Sunataz 4.10. Jack Paul at $9.30. Dashing Explorer and Sure to Impress are the only other 2 that the punters think have some sort of chance for the last. Now Steve Turnbull's climbed back into the cart on Jack Paul. Shortly to move it. Here's the gate rolling. And they're moving up. Well, as our pay audience join us, Graham, I think last call I heard there was 11. I could be wrong. I think there might be 11 Turnbulls driving. I could be wrong. No, you've got Steve, Greg, Tony, Emma, Jason, Peter, Jim, and there could be some more that I've missed there, so if I have, it's my apologies. So plenty of Turnbulls going around in the Central West. This is the final event, and the runners are coming forward for a start for race number 9, the Bathurst RSL Sporting Club's pace, 21.30. Just about set. Favourite here, 3.40 Belvedere. Mobile barrier into the back at the 21.30. Blue light on, they're racing. Going away quickly in the centre of the line was Belvedere, also with Dashing Explorer heading forward. The inside then Captain Grant, and getting over to the running line Sure to Impress. Then we'll read a bit on the inside of Murph, drifting back through the field Sunataz from Glenorrhea. And Jack Paul went back towards the rear. To the home turn on the first occasion, the leader Dashing Explorer leads by a length and a half on Belvedere running second. 2 away third into the straight was Captain Grant on the peg, Sure to Impress without cover. They were followed up by Warita bit over on the inside of Murph, out 3 wide Jack Paul. Second last Glenorrhea and a length off at the rear of the field is Sunataz. 2 left to go past the winning post, and Dashing Explorer leads by 2 lengths. Second the inside was Belvedere without cover Jack Paul 3 wide, and between runners was Sure to Impress. The lead time 38.2. They were followed by Captain Grant, who's 3 back along the pegs. The inside of Murph will read a bid. Second last Glenorrhea and a length off at the rear of the field is Sunataz. Into the back at the lap and a half mark, and the leader is still Dashing Explorer. Leads by about a length and a half on Belvedere running second. Jack Paul without cover third. On its back Sure to Impress. Over on the pegs was Captain Grant. On its back was Warita Bid, the inside of Murph. Second last Glenorrhea, and last of all was Sunataz. Heading out of the back straight, the bell will sound when they enter the lane. The leader Dashing Explorer by a length. Second the inside Belvedere without cover Jack Paul. They were followed by Sure to Impress. 1-1 around Captain Grant. 1 by 2 in the running line as Murph around Warita Bid from Glenorrhea, and Sunataz is at the rear. Straightening up for the bell at the 900. Dashing Explorer has made the way for Arthur Clancy. Leads by a length on Jack Paul outside at second. They were followed over on the leader's back third. Belvedere 1-1 Sure to Impress, given every chance by AD Turnbull. They were followed up by Captain Grant, and then comes Murph turning out of the straight. Will read a bid. Glenorrhea second last. Sunataz last of all. First 2 quarters 32.1, 32.2, 64.3 for the half. They head into the back, and the leader Dashing Explorer is a length in front. Jack Paul the outside of Belvedere. Belvedere, who needs an out. Sure to impress is yet to peel 3 deep from the 1-1. Then Captain Grant. They were followed up by Murph taking off Sunataz. Will read a bid shuffled back to second last, and the Chestnut Glenorrhic is last of all. At the top turn by the 350. Dashing Explorer crept 2 lengths in front. The run's there for Belvedere. Jacob Paul's gone. They were followed by Sure to Impress. Sunataz up to 4th from Captain Grant. Around the turn at the 220. Dashing Explorers a half in front. Trying to pick it up on the outside. Belvedere. Sure to Impress comes at them 3 wide. Then came Captain Grant into the straight. Belvedere and Dashing Explorer with Captain Grant diving back to the pegs. Captain Grant, Dashing Explorer, Belvedere. Ben Captain Grant's going home too well. Beat Dashing Explorer. Third home was Belvedere. Just in front of Will Read a Bit, who made plenty of ground up along the inside. Sure to Impress couldn't come on in the straight. Then Sunataz. Third last was Murph. Next to last, Jacob Paul and Glenorrhic trailed them in. Final quarter, 29 seconds.
2-4-5. Unfortunately, the New South Wales figures missing there. Let's go to Wentworth Park, though. We'll have dividends shortly. Bathurst, here's Rod.
Thanks, Hilton. Last event. And this is the Norm Brady exactor over the 520. And they're starting to be placed away. Heart Song number 1, the favourite, $3.160. 8 Avenging Bell, $3.80, 110. 6 Another Gypsy, $5.30, 170. Green light. Bunny up to the boxes for the last. And they're set. Ready, race 12. They're racing, flying out the favourite Heart Song, but headed immediately by Another Gypsy, and also in the middle Swifty Goal, followed by Blaze Away Blue and Avenging Bell on the outside. Out of the straight, a few fan wide, and Another Gypsy race to the front. Leads 2 over Heart Song, second closing. Third, Blaze Away Blue, followed by Avenging Bell, moving around it stylishly. 3 Swifty Gold, 2.5 Hyperion from Swamp Winnie and Cass Elliott. Down the side, Heart Song in the middle has claimed Another Gypsy, but now Avenging Bell closing quickly. Avenging Bell shot to the front, raced away from Heart Song, and on the inside Another Gypsy, but a big win. Avenging Bell beat Another Gypsy. Hyperion flew for third from the tiring Heart Song, Swifty Gold, Swamp Winnie, and well back last of all was Blaze Away Blue. Number 8 Avenging Bell first, $3.80 and 120. 6 Another Gypsy, $1.80. 3 Hyperion, $4.70. Avenging Bell went right around Heart Song, who was tiring on its run. Another Gypsy kicking back on the inside, and Hyperion out wide. But it's 8, 6 and 3 on the last event. 8 Avenging Bell, a Blue Bitch, Malawi's Prince, Avenging Force, and by A. Theophilo and trained by Simon Marr at Forestville. Second, 6 Another Gypsy, a Blue Brindle and White Bitch, New Fox, Another Mystery, Lisa Staines at Londonderry, and 3 Hyperion, a Dark Brindle Dog, Acacia Blaze, Kelly Akira, Sid Swain at Box Hill. Now the margins, 5.5 lengths by a head. 5.5 by a head, time 30 and 88. 30 and 88 splits 5.65 and 14.33. It's 8, 6 and 3 after race 12 at Wentworth Park.
And good evening to you, Rod Fuller. Now at Bathurst, those New South Wales dividends are in now. Captain Grant, $3.60 for the win, beat Dashing Explorer and Belvedere. We'll have those tote dividends, including trifectas and quinellas, shortly.
On Sky Race Night, you'll see all the top harness and greyhound action.